Hey guys, I'm Jordan Powell, founder and president of the Jordan Powell Group, and also a realtor here in Toronto, joined by my fellow group member and colleague, Aaron Bizzaglo. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, everyone. It's great to be here. I'm the VP of Client Support and the in-house mortgage expert.
Fantastic. And welcome back to our video series focused on what it means to be a move-up buyer and seller in Toronto's Q1 real estate market. So in this second video, we're discussing current market trends in Toronto and predictions around where we're heading. And of course, all this as it relates to being a move-up buyer seller in Q1 2025.
Yeah, and what's important to note is that essentially the real-time data that you'd be hard-pressed to find anywhere else. Most of the market news you get is at least 1 month old, and by then the market has changed by then. So
exactly. And so we're going to break down the data for you in real time into three major trends. So those trends are current inventory levels, frequency of sales, and lastly, price trends. And so with most stats, there are different ways of approaching the data. So making comparisons, naturally, it's human nature, is very helpful. And this can include comparing the month-by-month trend or the year-over-year trends.
Okay, so Jordan, what do the trends show for our current inventory levels in Toronto?
Absolutely. So December 2024 saw 66% of new listings sell, producing tighter conditions in Q1 of 2025 versus the fall market that came before it. So even though the number of homes for sale on a year-over-year basis was up by approximately 40% compared to the same time last year, much of that are stale listings that were originally listed in 2024 and been sitting on the market. The fact that 66% of new listings sold, similar to December of 2023, the previous December, means that we are entering Q1 with fewer active listings than we had towards the end of 2024. So we expect fewer sellers in Q1 with inventory levels continuing to drop.
Yeah, and with the recent legislative changes, including the new mortgage reforms, as well as consecutive cuts to the benchmark rate and the changing mortgage rate landscape, it makes a sense of absorption that the new and the excess inventory will continue into Q1 2025.
Absolutely. And guys, don't worry if this all seems a bit boring. We're going to make this interesting when we go into why these stats should matter to you. And that's in the next video of our series. And ultimately, of course, we're going to end this series with what you can do to prepare for success in Q1 2025.
Yep. And so what about frequency of sales? What should we expect in terms of volume of sales in Q1 and how fast are homes selling in Toronto?
Well, December saw about the same number of sales in December 2023. And if you look back at Q1 of 2023, the market tightened and prices began to rise. Close to 30% of all the sales in 2023 took place in Q1 of 2023. In some ways, Q1 has become the new spring market. Sellers who don't want the competition of a potentially saturated actual spring market, that's Q2, list in Q1, producing more eyeballs on their listing and more competition. And buyers, as a buyer in Q1, you still have a lot more choice with inventory levels being higher than they were even this time last year. And so the speed of sales, let's look at that. In December of 2024, it took about 23 days on average to sell a listing. That was listed in December. So as of the date of this video, I checked the stats, it was taken around 5 days, quite a bit faster on market as a new listing listed in January of 2025. Of course, it's too early to say if that's any meaningful trend or stat, but it's clear to me as someone who's on the front lines in the Toronto real estate market that conditions are starting to tighten.
That's right. And lastly, what most people want to know is about prices. So tell us about price trends relative to last year and ongoing, as well as your predictions.
Sure. Right now, median asking prices, not selling prices, but asking prices have dropped by about 2% since this time last year. And that's creating great opportunities for buyers to secure properties at favorable terms. The average selling prices, so what things have sold for, those are also down by about 2% year over year, meaning that homes are now more affordable than they were even this time last year. And as conditions to tighten, in other words, as more buyers who are waiting on the sideline come out to buy, inventory will continue to drop. Competition naturally may increase, and eventually prices may go up, similar to what happened in Q1 of 2023 this time last year.
Exactly. And bear in mind that these trends span over all property types, so condos, freeholds, and segments that can perform radically different. So it's always best to consult your local expert to get a better idea of how your neighborhood is performing. And real estate is as much local as it is macro. So consult a professional to better understand your unique market dynamics of the areas in question.
Exactly. Well, that's it for this video. In our upcoming video in the Move Up Buyer series, we're going to drill down on what all these trends mean for you and what it means for you as a Move Up Buyer in Q1 of 2025.
And don't forget to click the link to download your complimentary seller's guide, which contains a lot of good information about selling your home.
Absolutely. See you in the next video.